I'm that bookish mom, and I have a lot of books that I have not read yet, and it's super sad. This was originally going to be my shameful TBR of all the books that I own that I have not read yet. Turns out I have like 53, so I could either go through the entire list without giving any explanations, or I can kind of divide it up and make it into a few videos. So what I did was I got 11 young adult fantasy books that I'm going to talk about that I have not read yet. So quick disclaimer, a lot of these books are outright books, so these are not books that I chose to purchase on my own. So that may be the reason I have not read any of them. These books are not in any order other than the stack that I put them in. So let's begin. Four Dead Queens by Astrid Schultz is on my list, and this is about a 17-year-old named Carolee Corrington, who may seem harmless, but in fact she's one of the Quadrara's most skilled thieves and a liar. Varin is an honest, upstanding citizen of Quadrara's most enlightened region of Ionia. So Varin finds Carolee when she steals a package from him, which puts his life in danger. When he attempts to retrieve the package, he and Carolee find themselves entangled in a conspiracy that leaves all four of Quadrara's queens dead. Sounds really good. With no other choices and on the run from Carolee's former employer, the two decide to join forces, endeavoring to discover who has killed the queens and save their own lives in the process. So I'm already intrigued by this plot. This might end up on my May TBR. Amber in Dusk by Lyra Celine. So Sylvie has this power to create illusions, and apparently it's a curse. That's all I'm going to say about this book, because there are a lot of details that I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on, but everything is going over my head today. If you hadn't caught on yet, I'm not very good at describing books, especially when I know nothing about them. So I'm giving you minor details that can help you kind of get an idea of what the plot is. Mirage by Samaya Dodd. This seems like a dystopian. Amani is an 18-year-old dreamer. She dreams of what life was like before the occupation, of writing poetry, of receiving a sign from Daya that one day she too will have adventure and travel beyond her isolated moon. But when she finally gets her adventure, it's not what she expects. She's kidnapped by the regime, taken in secret to the royal palace, and discovers that she looks nearly identical to the cruel half-Vapid Princess Maram. The princess is hated by her conquered people, and she requires a body double, someone to appear in public, ready to die in her place. So this sounds pretty good. The Gilded Wolves by Rashan Chokshi. I'm sorry, I'm the worst with names. This fantasy takes place in 1889, and there is a elite, ever-powerful order. The main character apparently is offered a treasure that turns out to be his true inheritance, and he teams up with an engineer, a historian, a dancer, and a brother in arms, if not blood. I'm guessing they go on a mission to get his true inheritance and try not to die in the process. Zafira is a hunter who disguises herself as a man and braves the cursed forests of the Ars to feed her people. Nasir is the Prince of Death, assassinating those foolish enough to defy his autocratic father, the Sultan. If Zafira is exposed as a girl, all of her achievements will be rejected. If Nasir displays his compassion, his father will punish him in the most brutal of ways. Both Zafira and Nasir are legends in the kingdom of Arawiya, but neither wants to be. Grace and Fury by Tracy Bangart is about two sisters, Serena and Nomi. Serena has been groomed her whole life to become a Grace, which is someone to stand by the heir to the throne, and she just wants a better life for her family and to protect her sister and keep her out of trouble. Nomi is actually chosen as a Grace. And so now Nomi, even though this is not what she wants, has to become a Grace in order to be in a position long enough to save her sister. Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nan. Each year, 8 beautiful girls are chosen as paper girls to serve the king. It's the highest honor they could hope for, and the most demeaning. This year, there's a 9th, and instead of paper, she's made of fire. So the main character is the lowest class where they live. So the king chooses her because he heard that she has golden eyes, and this is Lay. So she's ripped from her home, and she's taken to the palace and put in a prison. So now she serves the king, but Lay wants to escape, and she ends up falling in love. So, and this is considered a forbidden romance. Crown of Feathers by Nikki Powell Preto. I had a sister once. I promised her the throne would not come between us, but it is a fact of life that one must kill or be killed, rule or be ruled. Sometimes the title of queen is given, sometimes it must be taken. Obviously about sisters who are turned against each other. Sounds pretty good. Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kagawa. 1,000 years ago, the great kami dragon was summoned to grant a single terrible wish, and the land of Iwagato was plunged into an age of darkness and chaos. I don't want to read too much more of it because my camera keeps turning off on me and I have no idea why. So I'm sorry. But honestly, like I said, all of these are Outgrade books except for one. And so I don't know a lot about them. That is All the Crooked Saints by Maggie Stiefvater. This book seems to have 3 main characters. Beatrice, a girl without feelings who only wants to be free to examine her thoughts. Daniel, the saint of Bigoraro, who performs miracles for everyone but himself, and Joaquin, who spends his nights running a renegade radio station under the name of Diablo Diablo. They are all looking for a miracle, but the miracles of Bigoraro are never quite what you expect. So any visitor to Bigoraro, Colorado, is likely to find a landscape of dark saints, forbidden love, scientific dreams, miracle mad owls, strange affections, 1 or 2 orphans, and a sky full of watchful desert stars. So it seems really interesting. I never even finished The Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater, but that's not on my list because I don't own those books. So yeah. And last is Wicked Saints. I feel like I'm the last person on the planet who has not read this, so there's really no point in me trying to summarize it because chances are you've read it. But it's, I know, really good, and I know Ruthless Gods, the sequel, has already come out, and so I'm really eager to read this one, even though I got it in an Outgrade box and like did not choose it on my own. So that's what I love about Outgrade. I have lots of books that I probably would not have attempted to even buy because fantasy books are just super intimidating to me. But there we have 11 fantasy books on my shelves that I have not read yet and should really get to soon. Thanks for watching my really crappy fantasy TBR. You are so sweet.